you know, we make decisions every day based on risk,
Right.
and we don't always realize it.
Totally.
Like, should I jaywalk
Yeah.
to save time?
Yeah.
You know,
So it's
or like, is that discount sushi really a good deal?
Oh,
You
yeah.
know,
Food poisoning.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But what if we actually had a way to um, measure those risks and manage those risks? Well, that's what this deep dive is all about.
Okay.
We're tackling this idea of,
Okay.
annualized rate of occurrence,
Right.
or ARO.
ARO.
It sounds technical,
It does.
but trust me, it's surprisingly useful.
Absolutely.
Think of it as a risk scorecard.
Oh, okay.
That helps us figure
It's
out
okay.
how often something bad might happen.
Exactly. ARO helps us quantify risk
Okay.
and make more informed choices.
All right.
It's important to remember, though, that it's an estimate,
Okay.
not a prediction. So let's say you live in an area
Okay.
where a major flood happens on average every 5 years. Okay. The ARO for that flood would be 0.2,
Okay.
or 20% chance of it happening in any given year.
Okay. So it gives us a starting point.
Right.
We're not just guessing blindly.
Oh, no.
But hold on. How do we actually come up with these ARO numbers?
Well, it involves looking at historical data,
Okay.
industry trends,
Right.
expert opinions,
Oh.
a whole bunch of factors.
Okay.
But the key is that ARO is just one part of a bigger picture
Okay.
called risk assessment. It helps us figure out something called annualized loss expectancy,
Okay.
or ALE.
ALE.
Think of it this way.
Okay.
Let's say the ARO for a house fire is low, but the ALE is high because, well, replacing your entire house would be super expensive.
Oh, yeah.
That's where insurance comes in,
Oh.
even for those unlikely events.
Okay, so knowing the ARO helps us figure out
Right.
how bad the fallout would be.
Exactly.
But it still feels a bit abstract.
Okay.
How does this actually help us make decisions?
Okay. Imagine a hospital emergency room, right?
Okay.
They use a system called triage to prioritize the most critical patients.
Right.
Similarly, ARO helps us prioritize risks.
Okay.
We look at how likely something is to happen
Okay.
and how big the impact would be,
Right.
and then we can decide what to do.
So what are our options?
Right.
Do we just avoid everything with a high ARO?
Not necessarily. Sometimes we take steps to prevent the risk altogether.
Okay.
This could mean investing in security systems,
Okay.
training employees,
Right.
or even something as simple as creating strong passwords
Yeah.
for your online accounts.
Hmm.
Think about it like installing a security system in your home
Right.
or wearing a seatbelt in your car.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
It's about reducing the likelihood of that bad thing happening
exactly.
in the first place.
Right.
Right.
Another option is to transfer the risk,
Okay.
like buying insurance,
Mm.
car insurance,
Yeah.
home insurance. These are all ways of saying, hey, if this bad thing happens,
Right.
someone else is going to help cover the costs.
Okay, I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But you mentioned something earlier that surprised me.
Okay.
Accepting the risk.
Yep.
Hold on, accepting risk.
Yep.
That sounds a bit passive.
Well,
When would that ever be the right move?
sometimes the cost of preventing or insuring against a risk
Okay.
is actually higher than the potential loss.
Ah.
It might not make sense to spend a fortune
Okay.
on a solution for something that's unlikely to happen.
Yeah.
Like constantly insuring a cheap umbrella.
Right.
You're better off just replacing it if it breaks.
I see your point.
Yeah.
So ARO isn't about living in fear
No,
of
yeah.
every little thing.
Right.
It's about understanding the odds
Exactly.
and making smart choices based on that knowledge.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm starting to see how ARO can be useful.
Good.
But can you give me a real-life example
Sure.
of how you've used it?
I used to think insurance was a waste of money,
Really?
but then I start thinking about my basement.
What?
It's finished,
Huh.
and I realized the ARO of a flood might be low,
Okay.
but the ALE,
Yeah.
the potential cost of fixing everything,
Oh, yeah.
would be huge. It
Yeah.
completely changed my perspective.
Wow. That's a great example.
Yeah.
So it's really about looking at the bigger picture,
Right.
not just the immediate risk.
Exactly.
This has been a really insightful deep dive.
Yeah.
It makes you think,
Yeah.
what risks do we face every day?
Right.
And how could understanding ARO
Yeah.
help us navigate them?
I think that's a great question to leave people with.
That's something for you to ponder.
Yeah.
We'll catch you on the next deep dive.
Sounds good.